Okay, this will be a follow-up to the video that I did a little earlier. I might wait to upload this one, so that way there's no confusion, third period, first period. This is the same game, and I played the second period. I'm not actually sure how long it took. That's one thing that I meant to do actually, was look at the time before and after and see how long it took. But I found myself calling the game aloud, calling the action at least as it transpires in the tabletop, as I was playing the second period anyway, and so I thought I might as well come back for the third period and just try this a little more on camera. Also, there's always things that I want to say in a video. You'd think I'd be able to get it all out in like an hour, but it's me that I didn't say in that one. So to sort of ask myself a question and then answer it in case anyone listening might be curious. Is this a fully fledged return to this project? I would say at least not yet. This is a one off. This is a one off return to the project. Look at it that way sometimes. Maybe look at a return to a project as a one off. And again, I have in the back of my mind Dave's video that he made earlier, Dave Gardner, about hitting the pause button on a project. And one of the things that he said was, I think as if to say like he would play a one off, but if he's going to play that game, he wants to play a project game. Do they have to be mutually exclusive? Is it possible to go someplace in your mind where you treat the very next game, you just happen to treat the very next game like I'm doing here in the regular season schedule as a one-off? So I'm making no commitments, no guarantees that I'm doing anything like a full-time return to this project. But I will say this, I've had enough fun with it over the course of two periods now that when I'm in the mood for a one-off, when I'm in the mood for a little something different, I have a couple of ongoing projects I've mentioned not that long ago that I only want to have two sort of fully fledged, fully blown ongoing projects at a given time. And so right now that is my 1925 NHL season replay with a few different games, two games and a mod of one. And then of course my Hockey Bones project, the Fictional Six, which is entering the postseason. So I kind of thought this would be the perfect time actually to shift gears for a day or three, and like normally there's like a 3 day interim there period between the regular season and the postseason, and just do something a little different. So, and I got a good night of sleep last night, so I have a lot more energy than I might normally on a Sunday. And so anyway, I'm just feeling it. I just in the second period there was just the one goal also scored in the power play. We had a fight. I'm going to call it that. It was coincidental majors, but I don't care. For what it's worth, I'm going to say that Doug Moens and Pierre Pilote fought at 9:14 of period two. Sorry, I know you can't see that well. It's smudgy, but luckily I have 2015, or at least I used to. It's been a while since I've had my eyesight tested in that way. 2015 or 2020. And so that was Al McNeil picking up a penalty. And then that's when the power play goal was scored there by Murray Oliver from Tom Johnson out there for the shift on the power play, and Tommy Williams. So Oliver has a power play goal and two assists. Busick has a power play goal and two assists. Williams has a power play goal and two assists. Yes, this is appropriate because this is what they are doing. Boston is pummeling Chicago in Chicago in a game that they won in real life, though by a narrow score of 2-1. Chicago, they got a goal late in the game. It was too little, too late, not quite enough. Here, Chicago is just getting pounded so far. So anyway, I think I might as well, just for convenience sake, these are the lines that I ended the second period with, these configurations. I had Odd Erickson and Wayne Connolly out there taking a little bit of ice time. And come to think of it, because I know Ed Westfall played in this game. He took a penalty in this game, as did Bob Leiter. I don't know if I'll get Leiter into it. But what I will do, I'm going to just have a couple of loose pucks here, a couple of loose players here just ready to go. Sorry if that's distracting to anyone, but if it isn't to me, then I'm okay with it. In the third period here, I think I'll try to maybe figure Westfall. It says right wing, but he's, unless Hockey Reference is wrong, he's listed as a defenseman. Odd Erickson for that sake for Chicago, and probably Reg Fleming. I'll get him on the go as well, just to even things up. If they get ticked off, then Reg Fleming is the guy they might go to here in 64 or late 63. This is not going to be a fully, committal return to the season or anything like that, but every once in a while for a one-off, and maybe I'll just chip away at it over time, because so far so good for the mods. So it's 4-0 after two. Shots on goal are 23-16 Boston. So they were 12-8 in period one. They came out 11-8 in period two. again, when you get the white 6 and you get the lull, and sometimes the way that I play it as well, the lulls, you're guaranteed 20 seconds, but a lull, it could be only 20 seconds. It could be 40. That's what I call the white 6, the lull. It's used, the term's used in other games as well. It's an appropriate one. So it could be, a minute and a half, or a minute 20, minute 40, whatever. I'm using this here for exact time. And away we go here with period 3. So off the top, let's have Forbes Kennedy out there up against Stan Mikita. I might later in the period, actually another advantage of the Post-its, a benefit of them, I might switch out Hall and McDonald. I feel like, again, if this were real, they might have done it at some point, but we'll start here with Mikita McDonald here in period 3. And that's going to be home winning the draw. It's going to go to the left wing, actually, at McDonald's. Let's see what he is able to do with it. 20 seconds in here with the... Oh, it's going to be a reversal, though. Let's see here. 4-2. Let's see who that reversal benefits. Leo Boyven with the 4 at McDonald with the 5. The puck's going to be turned over to Leo Boyven here 20 seconds into it. And now we're up to the 40 mark here, and that's going to be a lull. So 2 minutes here. So Boyven... I will try to play a little bit here. So Boyven with the 3. I looked at Mikita, Boyven the 3, and the 3. That'd be a straight pass anyway to the other defenseman. So we'll say in this case, just for the sake of narrative, Mikita hands it off to oncoming defenseman. You know what? Let's get Ed Westfall out there. Let's say McCord is tired or whatever. We're going to go to Westfall. And for that matter as well, let's go to Boston's second line here. And Chicago's going to come back with Bobby Hull here. Again, we assume that 2 minutes have gone by and little has happened. And Stan Mikita's tired, so he heads off. And I don't think I'm going to play the Reg Fleming card yet, certainly not in Bobby Hull's place. So it's Ed Westfall here with the puck, and that did roll out to a 5. So a 1-1-5 here. Westfall's looking at Bobby Hull, and Hull has the higher in the 1, so Hull's going to take it away. And we're back to 20 seconds, so we're 2:20 into the period now. And it's going to be here a 6 and a 4, so that is above Westfall. So Hull will simply play it to... Hull is going to play it to the other wing, so it's going to go over to Chico Mackey here. Mackey looking to get Chicago on the board with a 6. Mackey's scoring rating is 3, so that's not going to work. That is our first shot here, though, about 2.5 minutes into the third frame. And I need something better than this marker. That's the only thing here with the dry erase, but for smudges and dots, we might be okay. Actually, what I should do if I'm smart, which I'm not always, is use this one here, because I know it's a little more faded, but it will make dots, I think, well enough. So Mackey, what did I just get done saying? Oh, yeah, he took the shot. So the 3, the rebound goes back to right wing Chico Mackey, actually, here. So we're going to advance another 20 seconds, the 5 and the 1. I looked at Westfall with the 5, but that is a 5, and the difference is only 2, so Mackey gets it to other wing Bobby Hull here. Bobby Hull going to fire away here. Bobby Hull, that's going to be actually stopped and frozen by Eddie Johnstone. Wow, Hull narrowly misses one there. Hull with a narrow miss, his 4th shot of the night. And so, and again, I don't know if he uses that as often. He keeps cap on it, I think. So anyway, let's frozen, right? So I'm not going to assume a line. I went back and forth on whether or not to do that. But let's get a face-off here in a 2-3. That will be visitor, and 3 is center. So Orland Kurtenbach here with it up to the minute. Now we go with the 5-4. Kurtenbach looking to Howie Young, and he will actually play it to left wing. Dean Prentice here firing away. Prentice, and that's also going to be gloved down and frozen by Glenn Hall. So you know what? Damn it, it's 2 white 6s. This is my game. I'm going to play it how I want to. I will assume another couple of minutes. Just whenever it feels like a couple of minutes have gone by, So we have Prentice there with the shot and gloved down by Hall, held on to. So if you're a Chicago Blackhawks fan, you might not like how I'm playing it right now. But and they will have to get some time in the third period, even if not much. Let's go back to Vosco and pull out there in the blue line. We'll take Ed Westfall off. Might try to work Wayne Connolly into this at some point. He did have at least a shift in this game. You know what, actually? No, let's do this. Let's go first and third, like how we started off with Chicago's first and Boston's third. So moving these around a little, the line changes aren't maybe quite as quick as I would like. Again, I'm not used to it. I have to get familiar with it again. However, let's get a face-off in Chicago's end there. 1-5 visitor, 5 Boston, right defenseman. So Bob McCord here. Oh, wait, I think I was staying in McCord's place. Let's go Boyven and Ted Green. Okay. Yes, and the 1-5 is not valid. I don't think, unless it was 1-5 twice in a row. 6, where you might get a reversal here. We're looking at Ted Green and Ted Green with a 2-4. So Balfour a 1, 2, and a 6. Ted Green. See, Ted Green's going to be able to get it by Balfour sometimes. Ted Green to 4. The wing on the same side up to Tommy Williams. Williams with his 6th shot of the night here, and Williams with a 5-5. That's no good, and it's the rebounds goes to the right defenseman here in Chicago. So, whoops, I think we're up to about there now. Or at least here. Now we're up to here. So 4-2 here. Palat looking to Boyven. Palat here. He will once again, though, that reversal is coming into effect here. A lot of blue sixes. Boyven takes it away. And that mitigates the shots as well, so you don't have a pure shot fest. I like a lot of things about this, about my own design, if I can say so myself, or even if I can't. Murray Balfour's taken a penalty here, however. Let's see if he is the only one. We did have that fight mid-game. We have a 7, so I'm going to roll again here. With a 12, it's going to be tripping. I wouldn't even bother with delayed probably. So Balfour for tripping if you care here at about 5 in. So we get the exact time. Now let's drop that through the tower too while we're at it. So 4:45 we'll say here in period 3. It's Balfour with a pair, 2 or less. Because going to the box has worked out so well for Chicago in this game. So why not continue it? Whoops, it's the Ken Castro strategy. So sorry. That's mean. That's mean. That's too soon. I know, Ken. I'm sorry. Ken's so classy too. Oh man. Oh, sorry, buddy. Okay. How do I transition on from there and out of that? Penalty. So let's get a good power play unit out here, which would be Boston's top line, and let's get that Doug Moans. You know what? No, I had Westfall's at 1. Let's not. Let's go Boyven and Doug Moans here, and let's get Bosco and Palat. Who took the penalty? Murray Balfour, so he can't. You know what? Balfour's in the box. I want Murphy and Nestorenko out there at least for the first minute. Decided. Okay, 5-4. That means penalty kill unit actually left defenseman. So Fosco, there's the puck. Fosco with it. Whoops. And 5:20 in now. 4-1. Looking to left defenseman Boyven. Fosco 3-4-1. He turns it over to Leo Boyven. Not good. I think there might be something where that's automatically a shot in the power play. I'm not going to worry about it here. Let's see here. 6. I'm going to Dave Gardner it and overlook that and say we're going to just have a whistle and a face-off. They're not taking... Again, what if this were real? I know Chicago's ticked right now, but still a penalty and a penalty, no. If they do it again, that's what I'm going to do. The referees warned them, don't do it again. So 3-4 here. That'll be power play with the 4. That's going to be left defenseman here, Leo Boyven. And Boyven here, so we're to first minute of the power play. You know what? They need a damn goal. Let's throw on Bobby Hall and Chico Mackey in the very least. Maybe we go Makita Warm. No, let's go Hall Mackey. And so what was I even? I just changed lines. I don't even know. Leo Boyven had the puck there, center and a 1, and so yeah. But Boyven was a little fresher, I think. We'll say Tom Johnson has the puck now. There, solved. Johnson. Moans will stay out there for the time being because he's only done the 1 minute on the shift. We're going to put it back there. We're going to take time off here. We're now 6 minutes into it, and I'll work out a system. Don't you worry. Okay, so it's going to be 1-1 here. Over to the left wing, Bobby Hall. Johnson will be able to get it through with the left wing taking a shot here in the power play. That is Johnny Busick. Johnny, let's see. Johnny looking for his second goal tonight. It's going to be gloved down and frozen by Glenn Hall. We get another face-off. And this one, 3-2. That's going to be power play 2. Right wing Tom Williams here. I think I was supposed to go there, and now I'm supposed to go here. And there's going to be, so it's about 5:40 now. About 6:40, I mean, right? Because 4:45. Yeah, so tail end here, the power play final sequence of it. And a 4-1 here for, was it Oliver? It was Williams, I think. Williams to the 4 left defenseman, 5 and a 5 and a 1 and a 5, and it's tied. So I think I'm still going to just say a pass is a pass. I think for the reversal die, a pass is still a pass. So Williams to the other wing, Johnny Busick. Yes, I'm improvising here a little bit. We're going to say it's back to 5-on-5, and you know what? As advertised, as threatened, Bobby Hall, you know, he's been farming all summer long. He's going to be good here. We'll give him an extra pair. We'll go Bobby Hall here on the line with Makita and Warm, a power line to try to really propel Chicago into it at this point. And for that matter, Reg Fleming, he's itching to go. Let's get him. I don't know. I might actually. Let's put Ad McDonald on the sidelines for now. Yeah. Fleming later. Let's go McDonald here. A whole different kind of change in the fly. And so we'll do that. And let's see here. So, yeah, Hall's coming out here. I guess we're changing lines mid-shift, which is kind of weird. But, you know, They've been out there for 2. What if this were real? Let's go Forbes Kennedy again with Topazzini and Doug Moens. I think Johnson and McCord here. Johnson just had the 1 minute, so everything seems reasonable enough to me. Probably it's Al McNeil and Howie Young time, because it's Balfour in the box. That's right. No, he's out, actually, so we're good to go. Who had the puck? I don't remember. I'm just going to say that Doug Moens had the puck there. And so Moens over to Makita there with the 3 and the 3 and the 6. So pass is a pass. Let's say Moens. That's what happened anyway, right? The other wing. Topazzini playing keep away here. That's 4, and then this is 5. So we're almost 8 minutes into it now. I looked at the 2-4 here. Over to Warren. We go 1 to 2 and the 5. So he's going to get it through 2. Topazzini over to Doug Moens. Doug Moens, that's actually his first shot of the night. He has a point, but he didn't have a shot until now. Moens, that's not a good shot, but the 3, the rebound will go back to Boston center. Forbes Kennedy here, and I believe this is the final one, and then we change it at the 8-minute mark. Sorry, I might have lagged after jumping a bunch. 1-5 here, so Bobby Hall, Forbes Kennedy, that's turned over. Is it? Is it, though? Because they're even, so it isn't. I'm glad I double-checked. That's a pass to Topazzini. We'll say it's a pass to oncoming right wing. A.K.A. Let's go Wayne Connolly instead of Andy Hibenton. Hibenton was a veteran at this point. Before Doug Jarvis and Gary Younger and soon-to-be Keith Yandel potentially and all those guys, Hibenton did have the Iron Man streak in the NHL. There's a bit of history for you that from researching the season the first time that I did it, I learned. So Wayne Connolly here with the puck, and we're going to go back here 20 seconds, so we're 8:20 into it now with the 6 and the 4. Connolly, let's see, what's the penalty rating? No, he escapes it, but he's going to get it to Dean Prentice. 4 shot on goal. Prentice's second of the night, and Prentice, who had a point in the actual game. Prentice in a 5 and a 6, but he would score in a 5 because of Hall's -1. And actually, another reason I started doing this is I think I screwed up on a goal in the first period for that for Boston. I think I subtracted 1 from the roll instead of 1 from the player rating. It is supposed to be the latter. However, this is a 5-0 damn game. If Boston got a goal that they didn't deserve, I hardly think it matters here. This is a 5-0 game. This is a shellacking here. You have never underestimate the power and the potential of the Boston Bruins on this desktop. We have seen that recently. So it is Dean Prentice here. Who did he take the puck from? Wayne Connolly. Connolly gets in the game, gets a point. I should spell his last name correctly. I have a couple of O's there where only one is needed. And let's roll to see if there is a secondary assist here. I looked at the 6-5. So 6 would exclude, I guess, 5, the right defenseman. Why not? Let's give Bob McCord there a point. He doesn't get many of them. When Bob McCord gets a point, you know you're doing well. Timeout Chicago, let's assume. Reg Fleming, let's see. Fleming just hanging around here. Ron Murphy, I think, is out and Fleming is in. Just for some mucky stuff here late potentially. Just, if this were real. But with that timeout, I think Hall will stay on, and I think maybe Kurtenbach and Prentice and Connolly are good to go, and they're fine. Let's put Boyven and Ted Green back out there. Let's pick Boyven up. And let's do that. And then, Palat and Voska will come back on after the timeout here. So, anyway, is that even right? Let's say it's 8:40 just in case. So, let's see here. We're just going to be a 3-5 here, especially when the game's not even close. If it were a closer game, I might be a little more careful. I might. Left the right defenseman here, Ted Green with the puck for Boston. Okay, approaching the 9-minute mark there is where I got to move it. Green there with the 3 and the 1 and the 5. So Green's going to put it through. It's only a difference of 2 or less, which is what I said. So Green to 5. Other defenseman, Leo Boyven. Boyven's, going to tee off for his first shot of the game, a wild one. And Boyven, let's see here. So it's going to be not in range in the 3. That's going to be a rebound. Back to not Wayne Connolly. Get out of the way. Orlin Kurtenbach here for Boston. And Kurtenbach here in the rebound with a 1-2. Look to Bobby Hall, the 3 and the 5. And the it's going to be reversed, though. See, the reverse can benefit the defense at times. I like that, too. I do. Okay, again, especially once I get used to it. So Bobby Hall here, so he's going to roll. And I feel like we should be a little closer to 10 than we are, though. Something happened there. Hall and Green, the 6 and the 6. So Hall, it's going to be a pass to the other wing here, Kent Warham. And I'm just going to assume that it feels like a couple of minutes worth of action to me at least. abstracted, of course, to the tabletop. So we're halfway through period 3. It's a 5-0 Boston Bruins game. And instead of Warren, we'll say that he passed it to oncoming wing Murray Balfour, Chicago's frustration line out there on the ice right now. And let's have, you know, they've kind of taken the period off other than for the power play, I think. But let's get Busick and Williams out there right now. And I don't know, should Vosko and Palat double shift? Maybe not with the third line. They might double shift with the top line. So there you go. That's how I see it. And 20, and Balfour here, 6'5". That means no penalty for Tom Johnson, but Balfour will put it through to center, Eric Nestorenko. Nestorenko doesn't have a shot tonight. This is his first, and it's a 3. So if he has a 3, it's a goal. Anything else, it isn't. Yes, he does. Look at that. Nestorenko is broken through here, much like in real life. Chicago finally not really much like in real life at all. Boston only had a pair. But Chicago breaking through here in the third period. It's going to be Eric Nestorenko. I didn't write down that other goal. I'm going to say Dean Prentice at ace 14. And that was Prentice from Connolly and McCord. And here at 10:13, so just a second shy of 2 minutes after that, it's Nestorenko. They should have left. Who needs a scoring line? They should have left these guys out there. And that was Balfour getting it through to him. And Boston, Tom Johnson avoiding the penalty. And do we get a second assist here? My sense is telling me there have been too many of those here already. 6-3. No, Nestorenko's the goal scorer. He's excluded, so just as called for. That's going to be a single assist goal. And let's play on here. Let me see here, because we're 20 in, so we're just over 10 of actual ice time here. I gabbed for 5 at the beginning, though. So it's going to be a 2-5 here, and that is it is talking adds to time, though. 2-5, and again, I'm still getting used to it. So right defenseman here, Bob McCord with it, because we're mid-shift here. McCord 1-3. Fleming with the 5. He's going to turn it over there to Reg Fleming. So we're now up to 11 minutes into the period, 3-5. So I look to Murray Oliver here. Fleming will turn it over to Murray Oliver here, up to 11:20. We go with a 4-5. And left defenseman Al McNeil with the 5, and Oliver with the 6. Oliver's shot on goal awarded to Tom Williams here. Williams with 7 of them on the night. And that's going to be held and frozen by Glenn Hall, and that's not a 66, no potential injury. I think that's the only time in a game of Pairadice where an injury can possibly occur. So we get another face-off here, and should he hold it a second time, I'll take the white 6 and jump it. I know, again, it's not in line with the actual game. And I don't care at this point. I love this game, and I also love playing around with it. So it's going to be home for left defenseman here. Al McNeil here with it. McNeil here with the 2-1. I look to Tom Williams. McNeil will be able to pass it up to left wing. Reg Fleming. Here you go, Reggie Fleming. Reggie Fleming with a shot on goal. Let's see Fleming, who I think was leading the penalty minutes in the league, and then Mikita overtook him. There's a competition within the team, the Chicago organization. So I'm going to change lines after this. I'm going to say we're 12 in now, and in the aftermath of this. And so Fleming with the 3 and the 3, not good. And so the rebound, though, will go to Chicago 3. That's going to be right wing. So I'll assume oncoming right wing. This is how it's actually done in the game anyway. Imagine that. I can't actually follow something done in a game. You know what? Chico Mackey. Let's go Bill Hayab McDonald. Chico Mackey here with it. Because, again, Chicago's just not getting it from their top 3. So, and Vosko and Palat will take to the ice, maybe double shift. I know the indicator for them to double shift isn't there, and I don't care. It's 1963. So Mackey here to get us to 12-20 with 5-1. We looked at McCord. We looked at Mackey, and the 2. McCord has taken it away. And here the 2, let's see, 1-5 McCord. So 1 and 3, he's taken it, or McDonald rather, not McCord, wrong Mick to the Mick. And it's going to be a 3-1 here. So McDonald, we looked at Oliver here, 5. And he will be able to get it to Chico Mackey for a shot on goal. Mackey's 3rd of the night with the 4. Hold on now. Chico, oh no, he needed a 3 to score. So Mackey can't, so it's on the line there. Johnson manages to swat it away. And the rebound, though, that will go back to Ab McDonald here at 4. So we're at 13-20, I think, thereabouts for it. So 2-3 here for McDonald Over to Tommy Williams. No. McDonald will get it to center. Bill Hay, his second shot of the night is not going to be. What if you look here, and if this adds up to greater than 6 or greater than 7, if it's a bad goaltender, then you just know automatically just to look to see who has the rebound. I like that about this game. So in this case, it will be Chicago center with it, Bill Hay. And let's see, to the 5, Hay to the 4-4. We look Hay to Johnston. So Hay will get it to left wing here at McDonald for a shot on goal. And that's going to be a 2. And yes, there are a lot of shots and stuff. It's a simple game. Let's see here. 2-1 on the shot and the 3. And McDonald has a 4. And there's not a minus there. So the rebound will go to left wing. But what I'm going to do here, I might be 20 seconds, skipping 20 seconds there. But we're going to say 14 minutes have gone by now. And Mikita, Bobby Hull, and Ken Warren have got to get back out there. Vosco, I said, would double shift. Let's go Boyven and Ted Green. And let's go to that Forbes Kennedy, that line with the defenders there. Mowens is a part-time defenseman who would go over to Chicago later on, actually, and I think figure well into playing on a line with Mikita and Ken Warren. Okay, so Bobby Hull had the rebound here. So let's see here. 14-20, Hull 4-5. Boyven. Hull will get it to the center. Stan Mikita for his shot on goal. Mikita here looking at his 6th shot of the night with a 5. But Johnston, because he's bad and not good, that's not going to be a goal for Mikita. Doesn't that come back to bite you sometimes? The rebound, however, will go to Kem Warham. And Warham here with the 4-4. Also looking to Boyven. Also able to play it through to the other one. Brett Hull, that's who you want having it. And Hull, again, also with the narrow miss. They really wish that Ed Johnston was a little worse. Or, I mean, a little better. They actually wish Johnson was better than he is. But because he's a little worse, just the way this game works. So it's going to be back to Ken Warren again here, the rebound. And 6-1 this time. So maybe Boston, finally, they're tired. And Leo Boyven, I think. Boyven has taken a penalty here in frustration. It's been a while for Boston here. Boyven's a little tired. Boston, bear in mind, is still up by 4. So unless there are any extracurriculars, please let there be none. Boyven, 2 for cheating on skating. And let's get the exact time of the penalty now. So 15, so 14:41 we'll say. I'm going to go 14:51. That feels more like it. It's window dressing anyway, right? Boyven with 2 minutes here. Hopefully not too many more goals or penalties in the next little bit here. So Boyven with a pair. Now Chicago's really got to load up. If these guys have anything left in them, then, they should show it here. Pulling the goalie in the 60s would have been done a little more. I think not at the rate that it's done today. I know when I play my 25 project, I don't have to worry about that. Sometimes I have trouble jumping back and forth from project to project. But for the time being, so we're about 15 in there. I did time it at 14:51. And, so let's just... these are good penalty killers anyway. And Boyve instead, let's put Ed Westfall out there. That's convenient. Although I'm going to take Ted Green off the ice because he is penalty prone. He had pretty much any penalty test that comes up, Ted Green's going to take it. Let's put Westfall out there, the better defense than McCord. Again, if this were real, Westfall got to get a little ice time to get his penalty in like he got in real life. I didn't have to drop the blue. It's a habit. It's going to be penalty kill, left defenseman. That is Tom Johnson. I'll assume Topazzini's not on and that Kennedy's on the right side. Again, if it were real. 1-6. I'm going to allow one more. I don't like it when that happens with the player advantage. When I was playing through this project the first time, that would bother me. So, Johnson with the 1-6. What am I to assume here? Gets it to the other defenseman if the defense, the offense, the defense, the 1. Yeah, so he's just going to pass it to Ed Westfall. They're going to play keep away before icing it. So here, 4-2, Westfall to Vosco, probably turned over. Let's see here. So Vosco here, a minute has gone by, and so we're 16 into it. That's right. So I got a tick here. So we are 16 into it. The penalties throw this off. Penalties throw everything off. Vosco. Oh no. I think I said something earlier. I'm going to be a man of my word. I think I said something earlier about it. If I see it twice, so I'm going to assume that a whole other minute has gone by. We're now 17 minutes. These guys got to get off. They're tired. Vosco, let's see here, 3 and 4, but 6. So I'm going to say that Vosco gets it to oncoming other defenseman. I think that's Howie Young. And Chicago's not coming back in this game anyway. But let's just, again, this is about giving the mechanics, the mechs and the mods a little try here. Let's go McDonald, Hay, and Mackey. And Boston. Let's get their second line out. It feels like it's been a little while for Prentice, Kurtenbach, and Habenton. We'll say Habenton gets the shift. Connolly had the point on it. And for that matter, let's go Boyven and Ted Green. Why not? Boston can take a penalty up by 4. They can afford to take another. So, I did say Howie Young would have the puck here. So it's 17, 18, no, 16, 17, 20. So, no, he has turned it over to Leo Boyven, wrong pawn. And Boyven here with, I might actually use this because at least it would weigh it down. Let's switch it out here. Easier to see on camera as well, though harder to see the players. So, is that a good trade-off? Boyven 2 here to Mackey. To Mackey here with the 2 and the 2 and the 1 and the, so he's going to, no, it's a pass to right wing here, Andy Benton at the 18-minute mark, 17:40. No, I think we're up to 18 minutes here now, so I think we scratch and hard to say. Okay, so it's going to be 2-5 here for Benton over to Mackey. That's another pass as well. Benton will get it to the center. I don't know if I should allow a shot after a couple of passes. Feels like there haven't been too many shots in this third period. Things have been stingier. Guys are tired, evidently. So Kurtenbach here. I will assume actually to oncoming center. Let's go back to Forbes Kennedy here to, well, no, let's see if we can pad Oliver, Williams, and Busick in their stats. I whine about a sucky scoring race, and then I do what I was just about to do there. So let's, but I mean, it's a no-brainer here. Let's go Hall, Makita, Warham, and let's go back to Vosco and Palat here. You're not pulling Hall. You're down by 4. I don't want to bother with that. So who did I say the puck went over to? Man, my short-term. I've got to work on my short-term memory. Oh, the oncoming center. So it's Murray Oliver. Okay, I got to do some lumosity, some extra luminosity or lumosity exercises or whatever here. It's going to be 3-4, so Oliver over to Stan Mikita with the 6 and the 3. Oliver's going to get it through to left wing here. Johnny Busick, why not? Busick here with shot number 6 or 7. A smorgasbord there over on his on the score sheet for him there. No, and there's going to be no rebound. It will go to 3. Stan Mikita back the other way with it. With a minute 40 to go here. So he sucks his teeth. And let's see here. 2-1. It's going to be Tom Williams. He's going to get it 2-1 left wing, I think. I hope for Mikita's sake. Bobby Hall. Bobby Hall, what can you do with it? That's a 6. Is that a goal? I think it is. No, it's a spectacular. Wait. What did I say about the 6? No change, right? Yes, no change. That's a goal for Bobby Hall. Bobby Hall from Stan Mikita. And let's get a roll and let's roll for time. Bobby Hall from Stan Mikita. So, the Chicago faithful, they're hoping against hope that Chicago can find some way to power their way back into this one. 17, so 37, we'll say here at 18:37 with a minute 23 remaining in the contest. Bobby Hall has finally given the fans in Chicago some hope here from Stan Mikita. And I just dropped so that's left defenseman, Vosco. We're not going to challenge that. We'll say Mikita. And give the Moose a point. Give Elmer. Give him the point. And Mikita, is that his second assist? Did he assist on Nesterenko's goal? He did not. So who did though? Balfour. Wasn't Balfour in the box? No. Balfour has a point. Nesterenko has a goal. And it was just the 1 assist. So 3 would be right after 2 goals. Okay. Face off. Let's just leave everyone out there. We got like a minute 23 to go. 4-4. It's going to be home and left defenseman, Moose Fosco. You're still down by 3. If they get another goal, oh no! All right, that's game. That's game. I'm not going to game that. You're down by 3. That makes sense in this situation. Maybe some more shots would have arrived there in the interim. So I'll add up total shots here. Wow, his looks just weird. I'm going to say 7, 6, 7, 20, so 21, 23, 25, 27, 28, 29, 32. So that would be 9 shots for Boston in period three. That's plausible, if even if slightly inaccurate for the smudging. And 6, 10, possibly 11. Now it's 11 at least, 13, 19, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and Chicago had 16, so I can believe a 10-9 period three. Final shots and goal in this game, 32-26. These teams, Boston had 1 in the third, Chicago had 2 in the third, 5-2 is your final score. I think I used to do 3 stars. It's roll the dice, and I could actually literally like a D6 and take your pick. I think that the top line, I think this is really what sunk Chicago here. Obviously here, this top line, and I guess getting the game-winning goal would have been in the third. Actually, Ted Green with the game-winning goal there. Ted Green by default. Let's give him a star. But no, I kid. It's 5-2 here, final score for the Boston Bruins. This came in at 35 minutes, and again, I know I've been talking for 5 to 10 of it, so you know what, honestly, even if it takes about closer to 60 minutes to roll through it, I like this. I like this way of doing it. I like that I've complicated it a little bit. And with the blue 5 and the 6, you could get because again, yes, if a superior offensive player by 1 or 2 is going to get it by the slightly inferior defender more often than not, but not always. That'd be my counter argument. That's what frustrated me after banging out 83 or so games of Pairadice hockey, was just like, does it always have to be turned over? Do I have to do 7 or 8 or 10 turnovers in a shift and wait for a white 6? So I've done some mods here. Yes, I've complicated it a little bit, but I like what I've done with it. So, maybe I'm biased, but I like what I've done with it. Anyway, anytime that you give to anything like this, any consideration, hopefully this will inspire. And not only that, but a thought that I have just before I turn the camera on as well, and I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again here, is record your games. You don't have to record all of them. I don't record all of them. I didn't record the second period for this one. But record yourself playing on camera sometimes, and you don't have to upload it to YouTube and make a fool out of yourself like I'm doing, but sort of articulate your thought process. Get it out there. You never know. You could come up with some really creative ideas just sort of talking aloud to yourself. I can't be the only one, right, who does and thinks things like this. I can't be that strange, neither that strange nor that weird. So it's an activity that I highly recommend for everyone, even if it's not anything that you want to do publicly. Anyways, once again, anytime that you give this any consideration, while it's never expected, it is always appreciated. So cheers, thanks, and bye for now.